Welcome back, boys and girls, and today I have something special for you. I want to talk about what I consider or what caliber I consider as a deer thumper and why I need it in Virginia. So, why do I need a deer thumper in Virginia? Well, number one reason is that early season. Virginia is very thick in woods, and in early season, if you shoot a deer and if it gets away, let's say over 100 yards or even 70, 80 yards, and if you're not able to find a blood trail, you might never find the deer because it's so thick here. So you definitely need a brush gun here in Virginia. You want something to drop on the spot or drop within your sight so you don't have to go track it in early season. And the second reason is that in the evening hunt. Again, I hate tracking deer in the dark, so I want to make sure when I'm hunting in the evening, I want to see it drop on the spot. And the third is that because we're all hunting in the private land, and if I'm hunting, let's say within 100 yards from the boundary, I don't want the deer to get shot and jump over the fence because getting a permission to go over to somebody's property and to retrieve a deer is not easy at all. So I want to make sure when I'm hunting close to the boundaries, I want to make sure they drop on the spot or within the sight. Now let's see what's my choice of deer thumper calibers and guns. It needs two factors to be a deer thumper. Number one, the diameter of the bullet. It needs to be hit hard. And number two is energy downrange. And all these four calibers or ammunitions are very capable. Now let's first take a look at the 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum and 450 Bushmaster. Now I put a 357 Magnum in the middle to show you the difference in the size. Now they both come out of barrel at 2200 feet per second, but 460 Smith & Wesson is 200 grain and 450 Bushmaster is 250 grain. And they are capable, in my opinion, of hunting even a large game up to 200 yards. We're talking about elk, moose, or grizzly. Now let's take a look at 338 and 358. Now I put a 308 in the middle to show the difference. They all use the same breast case, but they're necked up to shoot a bigger caliber. Now 338 Federal, this is 200 grain and comes out of barrel at 2700 feet per second. And 358 Winchester, this is 200 grain, comes out of barrel at 2475 feet per second. And in my opinion, up to 300 yards, you're even good to hunt large animals with it. All right, let's see how they do. When I selected this particular deer thumper calibers, I also considered the cost of ammunition. I didn't want to pay too much for the ammunitions, but also have a great deer thumper, and I believe these are the perfect choice. Here is my beautiful collection of deer thumpers. Down here we have 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum. I haven't shot a deer with this yet, but I will soon. And then I have Browning AR lever action. This is in 358 Winchester. And we have DPMS in 338 Federal in AR-10 platform. And then we have DPMS 450 Bushmaster in AR-15 platform. They are beautiful. You could also see a detailed review on these guns on my channel, but now let's weight them. Thanks to pandemic, the range is still closed, so I'm going to have to show you its accuracy with the previous video clips. Mr. Smith & Wesson weighs at 4 pounds and 8 ounces. Okay, after making adjustment, my two shots are touching each other right at the bullseye. So this is a third shot. Let's see what happens. There he goes. I pulled that one, but okay, it's only fair to give her another chance since I pulled the last shot. Okay, so here we go again. It's much better. Right now I probably have less than about half-inch group at 25 yards with 460 Smith & Wesson. This is the second group I hit. That's the first shot of the second group. So I made adjustment, and that was the second and the third shot. And then I pulled it a little, so that's the fourth shot. So I decided to give her another chance. and it hit it there. And if you measure it from center to center, it's just a little bit shy of 1 inch. So open sight 25 yards, less than 1 inch. Browning BAR with the scope on only weighs 7 pounds and 10 ounces. Now I have to say this is one of my favorite hunting rifle. It's light, very versatile, but hits like a ton of brick. I have an iron sight underneath, so if I need to get on the deer real quick, this works really well for me. And if I need to shoot something a little bit farther away, then I have a nice scope on top of it. I want to show you how I could shoot on the bench, open sight at 25 yards. I'm going to just take 2 shots. Bullseye. 2 shot in the bullseye at 25 yards. That's what I'm talking about. 2 shot bullseye. That's tight. And that's probably even more than an inch as well. With my Browning BAR, I really feel like if I get a more solid scope ring instead of see-through, I'll get a better result. But I really have this set for hunting within 100 yards, and I really like to see the iron sight, so can't complain. AR-10 in 338 Federal, only weighs 9 pounds and almost 8 ounces with a scope on. This is one of the lightest AR-10 platform that I've seen, and being 338, it hits really hard. That was a good. Very good. There's my 3-shot group with my 338 Federal DPMS, and I assume that's probably about sub MOA. Yeah, that's 3/4 of an inch. So I'm happy with that. 450 Bushmaster in AR-15 platform only weighs 8 pounds and almost 7 ounces. Now this being an AR-15 platform is very light, very versatile, but it carries 450 Bushmaster. So being a 45 caliber, it's like shooting a cannon, and it hits really hard. Can I be taking 3 shots to make sure everything cycles well? Oh man, that's tight. That's really tight. Now I'm getting nervous. Oh man, that's about half inch groove. 3 consecutive shots. I am happy. This is the last 3 shots that I took consecutively. I mean, nice. That's a half-inch groove. That's crazy. Yes. That's pretty tight. That's pretty decent with 450 Bushmaster. If you ask me what's my favorite deer thumper or brush gun, I have to go with my Beauty and the Beast Browning BAR in 350 Winchester. I call it Beauty and the Beast because this is beautiful rifle, but hits like a beast. And honestly, I have not seen a single deer so far that took a single stab after being hit with this. Obviously, you have to place your shot right, and you have to hunt responsibly. Some states only allow straight case ammunition for deer hunting. And as you can see, 450 Bushmaster would be a perfect choice. And if you look at 358 Winchester, it almost qualifies as a straight case, but not quite. It's got that little neck. And lastly, like always, thank God for what you have. Enjoy your life with what you got, but mostly let's keep praying for our country. See you.